welcome back. And we are moving into our final segment for today. Very excited to be having this conversation. We're joined by returning judge that is, of KTV, the remix. We're going into season 2, Rohjani Perriott.
Hi everybody, good morning.
It's official, it starts tonight.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
With the, the
audition
round. There you go. It does start tonight. And then after that, our first live show is next week, Tuesday.
Yeah. So Rohjani, tell us, you're coming back as a judge this season.
Surprising.
Well, you know, and I think the experience of having been on the stage and then being a person who is critiquing someone on the stage has had to have been a very interesting one for you. Tell us lessons from season 1 as you move into season 2.
Well, lessons from season 1. Well, definitely to be really mindful of how I say what I say, not necessarily what I say, because I'm still gonna say it.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna be, I'm gonna try to be more diplomatic about how I say it. I mean, I think everybody knows, you know, the judges are already have put us, and I think last season I got the Simon Cowell on KTV. It was horrible, but I didn't mind. I mean, it didn't bother me as such because I knew my objective, and it was kind of a first time remix, that sort of thing. So we're still kind of figuring it out. But the show has, in essence, kind of amped up or ramped up its mandate, which is basically we've lowered the age. So instead of only 18 and up performing or participating, we now have the 16 and up. So we get younger singers. One of the major prizes, if I'm not mistaken, is actually an original recording. They get a chance to get into the music studio and do an original recording. So we're trying to gear it towards those people who have the talent, or maybe, you know, have the talent but don't really have where to go with it. And so I think that adds an interesting light to it. I'm very, very excited about this season, actually.
As an accomplished performer, I have to ask you this because, you know, the people who are most critical about the show are usually musicians or singers themselves, because it's karaoke, it's not singing, it's making fun on a stage, it's not a real performance, you know, and I think for outsiders looking in, it's always easy to judge. But what do you think is the benefit for these people who go on the stage, who want to be able to have a singing career?
It's exposure. It's exposure. It's being, for all intents and purposes, in Belize on the big stage. I mean, you're in everybody's house. And that sort of exposure you can't get from doing a gig in San Ignacio, for instance, or in Dangriga, like an obscure club date or whatever. It is exposure. And it is experience, and those things can never be downplayed. Never, ever.
How much do you think it helped you in your own career?
Oh my goodness.
Yours was years ago, but we still remember it. That's the thing. I still remember you on stage.
Well, I wasn't ready for the amount. I didn't think it through properly.
Yeah.
If I thought it through, then Tremette would never been able to convince me. But no. Apart from that, it really kind of pushed the limits and the boundaries of what I was able to do. It made me not a lazy performer. It made me, and that's very important, because there are people who have the ability but lack the drive. And I was one of those. So for me, it really helped with that.
In your time, because I believe that you were an exception to what the rule is, which is that performance, I don't want to say gimmicks have to be kind of rude, but you know, people are voting, and people like, some of the people that they like are not necessarily people who are fundamentally sound in singing. They like them because of the get up, you know, they come out and they're waiting to see what they will do. It's excitement. How do you balance, as somebody who is sound in terms of your ability to sing, how do you judge somebody who probably is an appeal to the crowd, but they can't seem to save their life?
Well, at the end of the day, we can only give pointers. Like, I can be really, really critical with someone when they're doing a performance and the performance itself is a good performance, but vocally. So you critique the vocals, hope that they take it and apply it, hopefully, and then give them kudos on the performance.
Yeah.
Roj, like
It's two separate things.
Roj, karaoke, right? Karaoke, as I understand it, is supposed to be for two people who can't sing and people who are drunk.
Who
This is-
told you that?
The average, if you want, a friend of mine always told me, right, that, I think it was your brother Tremet, who told me if you really wanted to get somebody who could sing it the way like the record, you play the record. The whole idea is to have fun, and that's the way he encouraged me to sing karaoke, because he said, listen, the whole idea is for you to have fun. And so the entertainment component should not be more important than whether or not I can sing. If I can make you, get in there and enjoy the performance, should not be more important than me singing. If you are even singing it more than I am, even performers who actually can sing,
I think
they give you that mic, you sing half of the song.
this is true. This is true. However, I think it is fun and it is entertainment and it is all of those things. But I think with the objective of what we're trying to do with this show, it switches a little bit. It's kind of like the Voice of Belize, because they're covering. They're covering. The only difference between them, what they do and what we do, is that they have a live band playing music from other artists.
And a multi-million-dollar budget.
That too,
Please.
with the stage and everything else. You understand? No, I'm talking about.
No, I know, but that's what adds all the
That
difference.
adds all the glitz. But at the end of the day, they're singing karaoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Covers. They're all covers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
And in
what
fact,
they're
a lot
doing.
of artists, listen, people like your Justin Bieber started on YouTube singing covers. And quite a number of the Belizean artists that we all admire today used this platform to get their names known.
Yeah.
And so I think it is important. But, I think when you think of karaoke in a bar, it's not karaoke as in KTV the remix.
Definitely not.
And one of the things we've come to realize more and more is that a great voice is nice for church, a wedding, But if you're going to get on stage,
You have
there's
to
more
Bring it.
that's required. And I want to ask you about that, because sometimes it's frustrating. You see them come out and it's like, okay, so 3 seconds in, wow, your voice is great. And 3 seconds later, I'm bored.
Exactly.
Because you're not doing anything.
Exactly.
What's it like as a judge to see that, where vocally they have
I want to
the
shake
talent?
them. I want to shake them.
Yeah.
And tell them it is not enough.
Mm-hmm.
When you're on that stage, you're having a conversation with those people who are in the audience, and you have to reach them. So even if you concentrate on one person, you catch one person eye, good. But you need to be able to emote that song that you're singing. And a lot of these people who have voices, they have absolutely no stage presence. Even if you're doing a show outside of KTV Remix.
Yeah.
Frankie Renner, for instance, you have to have that performance. You're going to be boring.
And he demands it.
He demands it.
From
So
the sway to the top.
everything, but it is a conversation. If people could understand, think about you talking to your best friend and telling them about whatever the song is saying. So if you to talk to them about something told me it was over, so you would go to your friend, girl, let me tell you what's going on. This XYZ. So it's thinking about what the message of the song, and trying to bring that across.
The emotion.
You can't stand up and sing. It's not going to work. We're not 5.
But let me ask you something though, because this is where, especially with KTV, let's use Hanolin as an example. Last year, that guy worked so hard. You could see the effort that went into his performances. And many were very critical because he may not have been the best vocal talent on the show, but he was the most loved by the public.
He was. And here's the thing. It's a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
The Belizean public is very fickle.
Yeah.
So they'll start off, yes, they want you to go out there and do a thing and show yourself and do this in their words. That's what they think. For me, it's just a performance. but do all of that. They love that. They will vote, vote, vote. And at the end of the day, when it all comes down to it, they're like,
We're gonna go with the voice.
we're going to go for the voice.
Yeah.
Nope.
But no discredit to Lillian too, because I also
No.
think one of her transition from the beginning to the end was amazing. When she first came up for that disco night, which is the great thing about KTV.
Yes,
with the teens,
when she came
I was
out.
like, whoa, everybody is stepping up. And people started to realize that yes, they needed to work on their vocal talent, but also their overall performance. But let's fast forward to season 2 and moving on from season 1. Tell me about the people you've seen so far. Give us a sneak preview. Are we gonna have an entertaining show?
Yes. Yes, we are. I am actually right out the gate from the first audition show. Girl, I threw my pen at somebody. I was like, go, girl, go get it.
Oh, not like get out of here.
No.
Okay.
If I could have taken off my shoe and thrown it, I would have done so. She was
That's some tough love, Rohjani.
no. It's
I'm not auditioning.
no. I mean, it's just like what like
moved you.
there was yes from the first person who auditioned, and it kept on going like that. I mean, there were a couple, who weren't so good, a couple that really gave us the giggles, but I mean, it was by and large really, really good audition.
Did it make the selection difficult?
Yes, it did.
Rohjani,
That's all we get? Yes, it did.
Yeah, well, it's showing tonight, right? I
Rohjani-
can't say anything because that means I have a favorite, and I really don't. I'm just excited. about
Rohjani,
it.
before we go on to, this is the only entertainment in town. There's nothing else happening. You can't count Belize and Mega Bingo on MTV. This is the only entertainment in town. So it's the big stage for not only the performers, as you were saying, but this is the only time we get to actually speak to judges. After this, it's going to be contestants. They're going to have the stage. And so I wanted to take this opportunity to sort of go back into the entertainment history and ask you this question. Traditionally, there has been a structure for the judges. You have the nice judge, who everybody loves, Jenny Lovell.
Everybody, she's the sweetheart.
Man, she's the sweetheart.
She's been brutal sometimes, though.
Sometimes
does.
People just seem to forget it.
Yeah, they just glides right over.
she does it in a way, and I want to say as well that part of the entertainment is not only the singing, part of the entertainment
of
is actually
course.
the judging of it. We look forward to that. But so you have Jenny that we all love, and then you have a judge who is somehow somewhere in the middle who tries to play referee, and then you have the pit bull. You had Anne-Marie who would look back and tell him, I don't care what y'all say behind there,
Yes.
but I'm going to. And then you had Carlos Perriott, who was very stiff. First of all, how do you find yourself in terms of how do you rate yourself on that scale? And 2, how much do you think the audience really listens to what you're telling the performers?
I think how I rate myself basically is I just try to be comfortable and comfortable with what it is that I'm saying, because I really honestly do not want to hurt anybody's feelings. It's a rough business, but they're on the stage and displayed, flaws and all, for everybody to see, and that's got to be a tough thing. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm targeting them, but I have certain things. I will say what I need to say, but I try as much as possible to be as diplomatic and as nice about it. I am not anywhere near Jenny's sweetheart. I'm kind of sort of right in the middle. Some people think last year I was the pit bull, and some people thought that I was really mean and
Not you, Rohjani.
Yes,
Believe it.
you believe it. I was
Well, a lot
really
of
mean.
people take honesty as meanness.
Yes,
That's part of
yes,
the challenge.
and I was just being honest. So the challenge is to be honest and nicer. I hope it works. So I see.
It's called tact.
Yeah,
That's what it
I
is.
see myself right in the middle, and that's it. I mean, I have Chris who's brutally honest, so he will take up the helm from Carlos.
Well, you can go ahead and introduce who our third judges. You just said the name.
Our third judge
So-
is Chris Bradshaw, and I have to be honest, I missed Carlos. I missed him. And then Chris came right in and he fit right in. It was like without even a gap a hiccup, he fit right
Skip
in,
a
and
beat.
it's just been, and
Well,
now
he's been in the music industry
he,
for so
he has,
long.
and I've known him forever, but I've never seen him. This is so completely different.
Yeah.
KTV tends to pull stuff out of you that you didn't know you have, and pull stuff out of other people as well, other musicians. So watching him, and so it's literally been a bag of laughs
Yeah.
the entire time.
So he asked about if the audience cares what you say, but it's a totally different experience when you're there, and that's where I appreciate what you're saying in terms of having some kind of tact and talking to the contestants, because that live audience, a Belizean live audience, is like no other.
Not only the
Love
live,
it.
remember we've added the live
Facebook. Yeah.
So
So
they
when
are brutal.
When that performer stands on stage, sometimes the audience doesn't have a mic, but they're giving their feedback immediately. And I want to ask you, it's difficult as a performer to get on that stage and have people sometimes just be mean because they can. How do you take that into consideration when you see somebody standing in front of you who is literally, I mean, they're being thrown to the wolves, but by choice, because they want the name recognition, because they feel they have talent, because they want that grand prize. How does that play into your own recommendations for them?
Just do the best performance that you can. Some people are gonna like you, some people are not gonna like you. This process is for you to discover what type of artist you are. What you find a lot of the times in the process is that the people come in and they don't know who they are artistically, but by the middle of the show they find it, and that is such a freeing thing. It's freeing for me to watch, because it's a transformation, because then when they get there, it doesn't matter who says what. They take the good things and they take the bad things and they throw them away, because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about the individual. It's about you as the artist and being true to yourself.
Bro, you are in a unique position. You are a champion and a referee at the same time. Right?
Yes, true.
I'm not gonna lie. Tell me the secret. I'll tell nobody else. How do you win? What's the secret to win? Don't tell anybody else.
Don't tell
Just-
anybody
just me
else.
and
Just
my
all
lady.
of Belize. Actually, the secret is having a really good team behind you, knowing who you are as an artist, what you're comfortable with, and making sure that everything that you do really represents you. You cannot be somebody else. You can only do, I can't be Whitney Houston. I can be me singing Whitney Houston. And that, I find, translates when you're doing a performance. And this is for any performance. I don't take on the persona. I am myself. I am most myself when I'm on stage talking to people.
One of the things that I like that you said that, and one of the things I've recognized over the years is that a lot of times in the final, it's the people who try to outdo themselves who get far. It's not the ones who are trying to keep up with someone else. Like some come in and then you see, okay, well, like they're trying to keep up with another contestant in the very same show.
Right.
And then some you see are really just pushing their own personal boundaries along the way. And there's always that one moment in the season, sometimes there's several, where you just go, wow, you get a cool seed.
Yes, you get a cool seed.
Tell me your cold seed moment from last year.
My cold seed moment from last year. Wow. Actually, to be quite honest with you, it was when Lillian did that same disco performance. That was her breakthrough. That was so powerful and poignant. Not because the song was so difficult, but because it was like a flower.
Yeah.
Up until then, she was like this.
She wouldn't move.
She wouldn't move. She was so nervous. And when she did that disco number, came out with that hair and the disco ball dress and everything, and it was just like, wow, here I am.
I have another serious thing to throw in here. Belizeans like to clown, and part of it takes a lot of courage, as Marlene was saying.
Of course.
To go up there and really to put yourself out there, sort of like an artist. And sometimes it's hard for Belizeans to separate your persona on stage and you as a real person. And there are lots of mocking You know, you go out there, you see gassing, whatever. Can you speak to some of you went through it, I'm sure. That somebody
I'm
thought they
still
know
going
you.
through it.
They walk up to you and say, oh, man.
Well, now you go through it as a judge.
How do the performers, what's your advice to the performers as their life is going to change? They're going to go to Lychee to buy chicken and somebody wants somehow tell them something. How do they manage the social aspect of being on the show? Because we see them on the show, but we don't know what they go through when they leave the show.
Smile and wave, baby, smile and wave. That's all you can do. You have to remember that the television is a very personal medium. Yeah. You are in people's homes, so they feel they know you. You cannot. There are two different people when you're an artist or when you go up to do these shows. There's a person who's on stage, and when the makeup is off and you take off those shoes and you leave the judges, and there's that person. You're you. When you go on the street, people don't see that person.
There's no separation.
There's no separation. Smile and wave. Yeah, everything. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. You don't have to stop. Don't feel obligated to stop to talk to everybody who has something to say. Just keep it moving. Just like, don't be impolite. Don't, bad face, nothing. Just smile and wave. Yeah, everything all right. You're good. Yes, I good. Man, you all right? Good to go.
Vote for me.
Vote for me.
Vote for me.
It's a voting competition.
It
to
is.
the end. We give people the right to be able to choose
Smile
who they
and
want.
wave.
So, and I keep on saying, people are great at giving you likes on Facebook, but they can't do more than that, or
No,
they don't
not at
like to.
all.
So you
Everybody
gotta
always
keep
has
on
something to
pushing
say.
and keep on pushing. So season 2 starts, and I think it's only fair that we get some kind of sneak preview.
Yeah.
I don't know what we have lined up. Rohjani won't tell us about who's coming on the show or what she's seen.
I've seen amazing vocalists is what I've seen. From as far away as Dambriga. So we have people from all over. We have young ones who are 16 or who just graduated from high school, have not blossomed yet, but the voice is impeccable.
Okay. Well,
So
you know what?
we'll see.
Thankfully, this morning, we won't get anything out of Rohjani, but we do have a clip for you. So you're going to take a very
I'm not on the
quick
hook anymore.
sneak preview as to what you're going to see tonight in the season premiere of KTV The Remakes 2.
It's going to be good.
KTV. And baby, I'm ready to now. It will steal your heart tonight. You can try to resist.
Olvidar tan grande amor.
And if somebody loves you, won't they know
You gonna say you love me too.
not for them? Life passion, strumming my pain with his fingers.
Then finally make me do just what my mama said.
Baffled king composing hallelujah.
Y me vas a extrañar, te apuesto lo que quieras que vas a buscarme.
Is success, Hollywood's treasure chest. Put some diamonds on my
Put up, baby, you had him. It just won't stop. It gon' rise like the day I rise up.
Every day I wake up, then I start to break up. Lonely is a man.
For the wind to carry on.
There are things I do for you, nobody have no clue.
And on the highway of regret.
Say I'm just a friend, just wanna be your.
Is dancing with me, cheek to cheek.
It's your boy IK on the MC mic, all day and all night. Yeah.
Barefoot on the grass, listening to our favorite.
Quedó grande la yegua.
Beat me, say wanna beat me.
because she catch me cheating. Girl want beat me, she
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery, none but ourselves. Same damn thing, and it's so broken. Hallelujah. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. All I ask is you.
Dale, dale, dale. Ella quedó con chocolate, chocolate.
So take a chance, come help me sing this. I want
Be my lady. Just forget the past.
Oh, and then the spell was gone.
I see your true colors shining through. What do I do with me? Nobody's gonna love me better. I'm gonna stick with you forever. Yes, it's Vivi. Yes, it's Ray. We will rise and we will rise. Oh, run around leaving scars, collecting your jar of hearts. Standing here. There's nothing we were sad and getting old and made us restless. See, I'm not afraid. It's the remix. It's the remix.
I gotta set my alarm to watch the show tonight. Because not only do I want to see the rest of those performances, I gotta see what you guys are saying about this too.
Oh man, it was fun. It was so much fun in here for the auditions. I couldn't have asked for better co-judges or a better crew, or I mean, it was just so much fun. And I think this year, everybody's more relaxed in their role, so we are gonna have a good time.
And people have an idea of the format of the show, so they know the change in the genres. They
Right.
know some of the things that are expected on stage. And I am looking forward to it. This is what we look forward to in summer. KTV, the remix season 2 is... okay.
Give me chocolate, though.
So that, so Kevin's a chocolate fan. That's what we found out during
he's
the...
from Corozal.
He's from
a popular
Corozal,
guy,
and
man.
he's
gonna rock that too.
He is wow.
And
That's
I
about
saw
it.
a girl in a graduation gown. She came straight out of
She
graduation.
came straight from St. Catherine's graduation. She did.
Oh, I can't wait to hear
She
these
did.
stories.
She was full on.
Yeah.
She did with her mom and her dad.
All right. Well, Rohjani, best of luck.
Wow.
The live shows start next week.
They do.
Remember, you can get your tickets. They're on sale already. You can get them at Channel 5. You can get them at 88 Shopping Center, and you can get them at Smart Belize's downtown office. And pick them up. Listen, there's nothing like the experience at the Bliss.
Absolutely nothing. You guys definitely need to come out. Spend your little, how much is it? $5, right? Spend your $5, come out and get it live. And really, really just come off your phones and come out.
You know what I
see
want?
us.
I want coffee mugs that says, love it, love it, love it. Jenny Lovell, love it.
I would have want t-shirt that say love it, love it, love it. So while I did knock you down, you say love it, love it, t-shirt.
All right, the fun is just starting, guys. Your Tuesday nights have just gotten so much better.
Yeah.
Next week, we welcome Rohjani on or into our homes as she helps to critique all the performers on stage. But our audition starts tonight. Don't miss it. Thank you once again.
You're welcome.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break, and when we come back, we'll have our wrap-up. So stay tuned.
Emancipate yourselves from mental slavery, none but ourselves. Same damn thing, and it's so broken. Hallelujah. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. All I ask is you.
yak it up. Con chocolate, chocolate.
So take a chance,